Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This is where we get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news of some reversals today. There was a surprise result from last week's jobless claim numbers in the US. A further reduction was expected from the prior week's lower 971,000 new claims level, but in fact it rose, and materially so, to 1.1 million. There are now 14.8 million people on these unemployment benefits, 636,000 less as their qualifications expire. The number of Americans who have their qualifications for support expire will only grow over coming weeks, mainly because the White House and Congress, and especially the Republican Senate, can't agree on extending support. In Taiwan, they say new July export orders in US dollars rose more than 12% on a year-on-year basis. Some of this was a currency gain, but even in local currency, this was an impressive result. Orders to the US and Europe were really strong, those to Japan especially weak. And China's floods are building, and a peak at the Three Gorges Dam on the Yangtze River tomorrow has brought rising levels of anxiety for those downstream. An unusual situation might be behind the rise of the iron ore price. Ships can't unload in China until their crews have passed pandemic tests. One trade estimates 30% of China's imported iron ore is stuck on ships anchored offshore while their crews are being checked for the virus. So the rising price might be solely due to the bureaucratic bottleneck. And China has kept its benchmark lending rates unchanged for the fourth straight month. The one-year prime loan rate was kept unchanged at 3.85%, while the 5-year remained at 4.65%. Meanwhile, China's Supreme People's Court said it will slash the maximum interest rate on private loans protected by law in a move to crack down on the private lending sector plagued with shady practices and lower the borrowing costs of small businesses. US Treasury 10-year yield is down 3 basis points to 0.65%. The price of gold is weaker today, having fallen another $28, now at $1,940 an ounce. Oil prices are marginally softer today, now just over $42.50 a barrel in the US, and the international price is now just over $44.50 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar fell overnight, and sharply too, now just on 65.2 US cents. That's a full 1 cent drop. We're now at our lowest in almost 8 weeks. Against the Australian dollar, we're down by more than half a cent to 90.8 Australian cents, and against the euro, we're now down to 55 euro cents. That means our trade-weighted index is now under 68.2. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.